Hi guys, so today Richard and I are headed out to a small town right outside of Macon, Georgia to help one of our subscribers with their 1963 Mercury Marauder. Now, just to let you know, this car hasn't ran since 1995. And to make matters a little bit worse, she's kind of stuck in what I call a homemade shed. So Richard and I have to decide whether or not we're going to pull her out and work on her or we're going to work inside. And I'll let you in on a little secret. We were scared that if we pulled her out and we didn't get her started, we might not get her back in. So we left her inside to work on her. And it wasn't an easy job. So come on along and we hope you have a good time watching. So we are packed and ready to head out to Georgia. We have only been home, 36 hours from Illinois. But as you can see, the truck is loaded with everything we can think of and everything that we hoped we had brought when we were in Illinois. So the truck's full. But we'll be headed out soon, and I'd like to thank you guys for coming along with us. I hope you enjoy the trip.
We're ready to go.
Hey guys, so we are, how far out are we? 57 minutes out. So 57 minutes, 59 miles. And we're starting to get really excited. Now Richard, what do you know about the car?
Not much. Did receive a video. I think it might have been the first reply to our video about going on the road to help people. Might have been the first one, and it was certainly the first video, the only video we received. And the owner's really cool and really pumped up, so I'm looking forward to meeting him and checking out his car. All right, so tonight's goal, because it's seized, is to get mystery oil in each of the cylinders. I'm going to really load it up and prepare for tomorrow. This one's going to be tough. It's seized tight. There's an incredible animal house under the air cleaner into the carburetor. It's always bad when the animals get in the carburetor, and this has it in spades. We also have to cut this tree. So we're going to get cracking at that right away. I think I found the hood latch. Maybe I didn't find it. Yep, I did. The hood comes up. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a carburetor on it.
Watch out. I don't know what's in there. Animal-wise.
Yeah, it's a Holly. There's a Holly in it.
We need some light.
Yeah. Yep. All right, since this thing's seized, the first thing I'm going to do is pull the plugs out and put mystery oil in the cylinders.
Okay.
So these 390s, I don't have to use my squirt can. I can pour the oil right in the cylinders from here. A lot faster and more effective. Just don't want to overfill it. So that's number one cylinder right there.
Can't tell if it's coming out.
It's not. I can see it. I can see it. Okay, we're going to leave that as is for now. That's a lot of oil. And move on to the next one.
So I will tell you, there is this strange small little gnat type bug, and when I spray off, it will leave me alone for maybe 10 or 15 minutes and they're right back. So they're not very scared of all, that's for sure.
They wouldn't come out so hard.
Wow.
But all these look good. The gap is huge. But other than the gap being huge, it looks good. All right, next one. All right. It's good for that one. All these are full.
So one thing that I noticed was that the leaves are still fresh and green. So that's telling me that whatever has nested in here, it's still here.
I'm gonna see if whatever it is get down into the carburetor. I don't think so. The choke is closed. Obviously the throttles, the throttle plates are closed.
Look, make sure the phone is capturing.
So I don't think that whatever it's here got into the carburetor. That could be a really good sign. So those are all sooty, but all fine. They don't look that old, but some of them have spray paint on them for whatever reason. Now I'm going to put oil in these cylinders as well and figure out what to do about that carburetor next.
Well, I was thinking about walking through there, but now that I see all that rusty metal sticking out the pole, I think I won't.
Oh yeah, that's some kind of fencing material.
Yeah.
Definitely don't walk through there.
Yeah. So my concern is how we're going to figure out how we can move in here. So we're going to have to think about that when we go back to the hotel tonight as well. We're definitely going to have to move some things. And Richard is not even sure how he's going to get where he needs to be to try to get the engine unseized. So a couple things to work on tonight.
Okay, that was not bad. All of the cylinders are full, and I mean full. This side is absolutely completely full. That side is almost completely full. So we're going to let this sit overnight and figure out how we're going to get it to crank. I've got a couple of ideas I'm going to try. Okay, good. All right, enough for tonight.
Smile.
Yeah, we've done enough for tonight.
So we are leaving, and we have a lot to think about for tomorrow. It's very confined space. It makes me think of
onto State Route 87.
makes me think of the 50 Dodge, only half the space, and we thought that was, you know, a small space when we did the 50 Dodge. You know, the things that are in our way are so heavy, so that's going to be a concern. Trying to, don't worry, there's a water bottle. Trying to get things moved without getting hurt
For
prior to
16
working
miles,
on the car.
Continue straight.
Lighting, there is electricity, which we are not used to. So Richard said, you know, we're going to stop and get a light tomorrow, a fan, so that we can get a little bit more air in there. We gotta get that tree cut down. Maybe there's a possibility that we might be able to pull the car out a little bit tomorrow. So it's just a lot to think about overnight. Richard, what's on your mind?
That's it. That covers it.
Okay, so now it's going on 7:30. We're headed back to the hotel. It's 45 minutes away, and we're gonna stop on the way and try to find some place to have dinner, and then we'll be back at it in the morning. We just got here today, and this is so nice. I can tell that they left us some lunch. It says Richard and Christina, these are for you if you want them, Ronnie. Again, if you need anything, just give me a call. I plan to be in here about all day. Oh, this is so sweet. Oh, this is just the nicest thing that anyone's ever done. Look at that. Ice, water, some snacks. Thanks guys, we appreciate that. We really do. It's the nicest thing we've had. Thanks so much. Now, let's get to work.
It was starting up now the next morning, and what I was hoping to see, these cylinders were full of mystery oil, and what I was hoping to see is that it had drained down into the crankcase, meaning there was some clearance in the piston rings. And on 3 of them it did. On a 4th one, it really didn't. So that might be a problem. But it's better than all 4 being messed up. I need to get the fan off so I can get the wrench on the crank. It's going to be a lot of fun, as it always is, because I can't get at the front. Really, I can't really get at the front. So I've got one of these ratcheting wrenches. It should help a lot. Always at risk for these type of bolts breaking, but that one moved. There's probably 4 of them. That one moved. I think I'm going to take this off first. Give me better access. Okay. Yep. Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
So there's something in here.
Something big.
It is. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit scared.
Sounds like a bird, doesn't it? Flapping its wings.
Yeah. It is on top of the roof. I just saw it move.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's gotta be a bird then.
Oh my gosh.
A snake or something?
I don't think it's a snake.
No? Yeah, it's a coon that's on the roof. It probably lives up there. I don't have to worry about that. We just need to continue to make lots of noise. Grab it. That's a really nice fan. I'm surprised, honestly, if this is original to the car, which it probably is because it's quite heavy, but it's a really nice fan. 6 blades bent at the right angle. So kudos to Ford for that one.
What are you doing?
Trying to get the fan off. The spacer plate is stuck. Very common that these get stuck over the years. Look at that belt. The belt is completely frozen on the pulley. Wow. Gotta actually peel it off the pulley. There. But as you can see now, we have great access to the crank to get this thing unstuck. All right. Oh. Thought I felt a little movement, maybe not. I'm gonna have to get my pipe. I'm getting a good grip there, but I need the pipe. All right. Is that moving?
I don't know. Do it again.
Something was moving, I think. It was either that wrench was slipping or we were getting some movement. Straight this time with your eyes.
Okay.
It's too dark for me to. That's moving. That's moving. That is definitely moving. Watch. Look at that.
It's moving. You got it. You
Yeah.
got it.
It's moving.
Let me focus in. Okay, go.
It's not easy, but it's moving.
It is.
So I'm gonna try to see if I can get it to move this way. It'll be a lot easier.
Yep.
Yep.
It's good.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So assuming it doesn't hang up, I'm gonna go around 2 times. Hear the mixture oil bubbling in the cylinders? See it?
Yeah.
Got good compression out of 7. A little tight spot right here. I can hear the valves popping, can't you? That's all good. You want that. Get that oil out of there. It's done its job. It's spinning easier and easier, as you can imagine, as it frees up. I was a little worried. It's supposedly a rebuilt engine shortly before it parked. Those often seize super tight because the clearances are so tight. And the owner had tried to start it years ago and failed. So that no doubt washed the cylinders clean, which also makes it easier to seize. But this is all good. This thing's moving wonderful now. Wonderful. Power steering's not frozen. Alternator's not frozen. All right. What do you think? Put a battery in this and check the starter?
I say it's a good idea.
Yeah, that's the next step, and that's a big one. I'm really worried about this starter. Before we go any further, let's see what this has for oil in it. Wow, is that bad?
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's just the dipstick, because look at the sludge on that thing.
Yeah.
Whew, I'm hoping that's just what's on the dipstick. What a difference. Look at that, what a difference. Time to clean this off to get to the oil filler. Here it is right here. Oh yeah, look at that. Here's what I'm thinking. I think the oil might be low, because it just doesn't look right on the stick. So I'm gonna put some in. I think it's probably got a leak, and the mystery oil has put some back in, but it doesn't have the viscosity that I think it should. None of these plug wires are eaten. Can you imagine? Look at the huge pieces of wood that something brought up here. That was no bird. That was no mouse.
Yeah. Well, actually,
here's something eaten. What is that?
oh,
A vacuum line? That's all right. We'll plug that. We're just going to turn it over. We got to take this stuff out before we try to start it, because it'll burn. But for now, we just want to see if the starter's any good.
so you see that big piece of wood right there?
Yeah, let's
Look
get
above
that
your
out of
head.
here.
It looks like it's been eating away at this wood up here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that.
Uh-huh.
Some of that's rotten, some of it's probably, that's right from here. Something tore it out. See that? Because there's no water here. Something tore it out. That worries me a little bit for the stability of this place. Right, that timber's useless. This one's useless. That one's nearly useless.
The rest look fine.
The hazards of this profession. All right, let's get a battery in it. Let's get some oil in it. So I'm going to put some oil in it. We can't really tell from the dipstick what's going on with the oil. So we're going to put in about a quart and see what the dipstick shows us. Oh, that's much better. Okay. Much better. Yeah, okay, so it needed some oil, basically. Looks nice and clean now. It's over full, and it should be because there's some mystery oil in there, but all good. All right, I found the battery cables, both red. You know how much I love that. But very easy to see which is which. So I'm going to clean them up. You know, the owner was saying that even though this has 1998 plates on it, that it actually was last run in 95, and he kept the reg going for 3 more years. So it actually hasn't been run since 95, which is interesting because that Chevelle we did was also 1995. Battery box is in really bad shape. It's interesting because this car doesn't have a lot of rust, but someone screwed down that wood, so it's effective. We'll use it. All right, I'm going to touch the battery. Look for smoke. Not seeing anything. See anything?
No.
Me neither. All right. I'm actually going to use the key and see if it'll turn over. Again, we're not trying to start it here. There's no plugs in it. Just seeing if it'll turn over. Make sure it's in park, which it is. Nothing. No lights. Yeah, we got nothing. We got nothing. Okay, I'll hook up the trigger. Starter works! Woo! Ah, yes. Yes, starter works. Okay, the next step is we gotta blow this oil out of the cylinders, which is gonna take a minute. What happened to my light? Ah, the light died. Well, I suppose it chose a good time to die. All right, we'll get back to you. All right, I'm going to turn it over now and blow the oil out of the cylinders. This is going to make a mess, but we know it. Need a light over there for this. Here it goes. Well, I got hit with some, but looks good over there. You know, with the oil in it, it always makes for a difficult start. There's not much you can do about it. You got to have it. So it's going to be tough to start. I won't use chainsaw gas because there's no need to. We don't need any more lube in the cylinders. And it's going to smoke like crazy, and it'll probably turn over 50 times before it starts, but that's all right. The important thing is evacuate the oil from the cylinders. Why are we doing that? For 2 reasons. First, the oil will flood the plugs out and the plugs won't fire. Second, you get something called hydrolock or hydrostatic lock, where if the cylinders are full of anything other than air, it won't compress. And as the piston comes up and there's something in the cylinder, the piston can break, a rod can bend, a wrist pin can break, and that's no joke. That's happened to me. I bought a car with a brand new engine once. The engine was blown. Literally, the engine had no miles on it. It was blown because water had dripped through the seam in the hood into the carburetor and hydrolocked the piston. The owner tried to start it, and the starter was strong enough to blow the wrist pin in one of the cylinders. I got the engine started, but it was junk because of that wrist pin. Okay, let's try it. How'd that look? Better? No? Still bubbling out? I got the plugs cleaned up, they're going back in. Alright, so there's the points. Right there. I don't know if you can see on camera, but they are green. They're really, really corroded. So I'm going to take a little sandpaper to them and see if I can get them freed up. Get them so that they can spark. Alright, we got spark in the points. They were very, very corroded. Our light, the nice light we have, appears to have quit. So we're running off these little battery guys. We'll have to do for now. So I always look for vacuum leaks before I fire these things. And look at that one. That one is huge. It's right here. Huge. That's large enough that it will keep the engine from idling. I don't know where that was supposed to go. This isn't the original carb. It looks big enough to be like PCV, but this car doesn't have PCV. So I can't imagine it was left open, but there it is. It's open. So I'm going to plug it.
They brought us water, snacks, and McDonald's French fries. We
Very
feel,
cool.
yeah, we feel
Very
like
cool.
a king and a queen. So I'm going to go ahead and vacuum this out. The owner was nice enough to bring us out a shop vac, and Richard's not around, so I'll go ahead and tell you. If we could get this car out, I would love to get a water hose and clean it. We'll see if he lets me do that if he gets it out. I'd really like to.
Getting excited. It's now time to hook up the funnel fuel line. Patent pending. Filling up the fuel line now. Not too much. I'm going to prime it a little bit and see if it goes. Alright, we're ready to fire it. Alright, Christina's going to turn the key and I'm going to work the throttle. We'll see what we get. Go ahead. Okay, the gas pedal linkage was seized, so I didn't get to do what I needed to do, but it fired. Okay, try it again.
Again?
Yep.
Again?
Yep. Oh boy. Okay. Hold it, hold it.
Ready?
Yep.
Oh, I almost thought you were going to have it that time.
Damn, we need that starter to work.
I know.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. Okay.
So Richard's under the car, banging on the starter. So let's see what happens. I actually can't see him. Oh, I see something moving.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep. Okay. Yep.
Oh, that was a close one.
God. Go ahead. Hold on. I'm starting to get firing on more cylinders. Go ahead. Okay. Yep.
Come on, girl. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on.
Okay. Go for it.
Oh.
Jesus, man. Okay. Yep.
Ready?
Yep.
Ready?
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Want to put some more amps on it?
We'll try that. I'll throw the jump box on. Okay.
Oh.
Man,
She was so close.
so close. Got a fire going inside the car.
Are we going to try her again?
Okay.
All right, let me try to get the camera where I need it. Okay, here we go. Woo! That scared me.
But it fired.
Yes, she did.
It fired.
Come
Okay,
on, girl,
go
you
for it.
got it. Hey, Richard, I
What?
saw some spark over on that battery cable, and it's...
Alright, so either the float's stuck or the float level's too low. The owner just told me that the carburetor is unknown, unknown condition. He put it on there when he couldn't start it, and it never ran with this carb. So that tells me a whole lot. This carb might be completely misset as far as the float goes. It may have junk in it, who knows. So I'm going to mess with it and see if I can get it to work on the car, and if I can, it's going to have to come off. Just trying to free up the float, and I'm going to manually fill the bowl. Alright, so what I did, I filled the float bowls manually by taking the float bowl screw out of the side of the carb. On Hollies you can do that. There was nothing in there, it was dry, so the float appears to be stuck, which I'll worry about later if I can get this fired. So now the float bowl is full. So technically, if we can get it to fire, it ought to run for about 30 seconds. Hold on.
You want to talk to me?
Yeah, we're going to try it again. The bowl's full. Go ahead. Okay, try it again. Okay. Go ahead. Awesome. Awesome.
Not solid flash.
Yeah, the valves aren't fully seating, which is fine. You've got to expect it, but it's getting better and better. It was much, much worse.
Man.
Yeah.
Crank it over. Yeah, that float it's just not letting gas in like it needs to. As soon as I run out of what I put in the carb, it quits. We'll try it one more time and then this will be it. Okay. 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 Idling. Wow. It idled. It idled. Awesome. Man, if it only got gas, the thing would be going strong. Alright, looks like we have to pull this carburetor apart. So this is the original carb the owner gave me. It's in bad shape. It's in really bad shape. He also gave me a rebuild kit for it. Yep. 58 to 67 Ford Autolite. That's this. I don't know what that's doing there. But this, to me, using this, I'd rather use the Holly. Using this would be a desperation play. So I'm going to try to get that Holly working. And there it is. It's off. The gasket underneath looks good, so that's good news. Okay. These Hollies have two float bowls, primary and secondary. Primary is the one I'm primarily concerned about. So I'm going to take it apart and see what we've got. So the float is sticking. So I'm going to try to clean it up. Oh yeah, see, you can see it's stuck right there. I don't know how well you can see that, but there is a pin in that brass piece that's supposed to be touching the float lever. Watch it drop. See that? That's it sticking. Alright, I'm at O'Reilly's. I'm going to try to find a rebuild kit for that Holly. Here's the kit that I was able to get. Looking at the dust on it, it's been around for a long time, but it looks like the right one. Hopefully it is, because if it's not, I'm out of luck. Alright, I'm back at the hotel. It's super noisy here because I'm near a car wash and a vacuum place, but I'm going to do the rebuild on the carb here in the back of the truck. because I can't bring this into the hotel room. It'll stink the whole place up. So I'm going to do what I can just back here and see how it goes. So outside my workspace here, you can see the vacuum and that noise. Nothing I can do about it. But it'll be all right. I've got the back of the truck sitting on the toolbox, and got another toolbox as my workstation, so it'll be all right. A lot of times I exaggerate and I say something has 1,000,000 pieces. I don't think I'm exaggerating here. This thing has 1,000,000 pieces. All right, it's done. Did the best I could, sitting in the bed of a pickup, but I'm real happy with it. I changed the power valve too. The old one looked fine, but I changed it anyway. So I've been completely through it. Didn't find anything significantly bad. It wasn't too bad inside. Of course, I replaced the needle and seat with a brand new one. So I think we're all good to go tomorrow.
Good morning. It's our last day. How you feel, Richard?
Tired?
Yeah, he overslept. I was up early. He didn't want to get out of bed. But he rebuilt the carburetor last night. So we are headed back out to put it in and hopefully move this car out of that shed. It deserves it. We are battling against possible thunderstorms in a couple hours, but at least we have some covering over our head, which we normally don't, so that's good, right?
Yeah, that's unusual.
Yeah, and then he was looking on Facebook Market last night, and he actually found someone that was selling lots of different parts of old vehicles. They won't sell the entire vehicle, they're just parting them out. And there were some items on there that he wanted for his new blue Ford. So, I don't know. Tomorrow, before we leave, we might head out that way. And it could be pretty interesting. So, we might tape it. And if it's something we think you guys might be interested in, we might add it to a separate video. So, wish us luck. Hopefully we'll get the car out of the shed today. Oh, it's so nice. We showed up for our second day. And they left us another... Oh, look. Restocked. See you in a bit. Aw, this is so nice. Thank you, Ronnie.
All right, first job of the day is put the fan back on. Then once that's done, the carb's going back on. Tiny bit of gasket material here from the base gasket that I'm removing. Tiny bit. All right, carburetor's going back on.
Talk to me about rebuilding it last night in the dark.
Yeah, hold on. This thing is heavier than it looks. All right. So, last night, as you know, changed the needle and seat, rebuilt the insides, changed the accelerator pump, fixed the accelerator pump linkage. It was pretty messed up. So it's ready to go on now. Alright, Christina reminded me that there is a vacuum port under the carb that was wide open. So I'm glad she reminded me because I had forgotten. I'm going to take this carb off to plug it. It's a weird one, you know. I don't remember always having one under here, but I guess some of them do. It's right there. This was wide open when I pulled the carb off. Alright, now it's plugged. So that was no doubt affecting the car's ability to run yesterday. Okay, there. tightening up the base of the carb, it is critical that you don't over tighten this. The base is aluminum. It doesn't need to be super tight. You certainly don't want to crack it or you are out of business. I put coolant water mix in it, but it didn't need much, honestly. It was only about a quart down. All right, we're trying it with the new carburetor. Wish us luck. To it quick enough. Ran out of gas.
Ready?
Tire's in really bad shape, but we're going to try. We'll see if that holds. Move on to the next one. Yep. That one's okay. Back, she's having a bear.
Richard cut the tree down. It's growing in the back. She is ready to exit.
Kind of dirt. This actually does clean it. You don't mind us cleaning it, right?
No. Bring it the whole car.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think she wants
got
to
a
be
hose.
washed. Yeah, we should wash it when we get her out. I did tell her she would get a wash, so she's kind of expecting it. So Richard is cleaning the windows off because we're going to pull her out. And when we get her out, we're going to walk around the car and show you inside because she's a beauty inside. And she's beautiful on the outside as well. But we have worked tirelessly for 2 days because, you know, we're going to do what it took to get her out. Now, the only thing that may stop us at this point, of course, I don't know if it's going to stop us. We could work on it. Is if the wheels are frozen.
There's a lot of things that could stop us, but I don't think any of them are going to happen.
No. So that's been our goal. Is
Look at that.
Huh?
we were so determined to get her out of this
Like new.
resting place so that we could show her off to you in the light. And it's almost time.
All right.
All right, Richard,
I
are
got
you
the
ready?
hood down. If you happen to see that the hood is not going to clear, just let me know, but I think it will.
Okay.
Have it up a little bit for our fuel system.
Do you need the gas tank on it?
No.
Okay.
This should be plenty to get it out of here. Plenty.
So before you get in the car, just turn to me and say something inspirational. With
I
a
gotta
nice
put the
look on your
battery
face.
I gotta pick the battery up. How's that for inspirational?
All right.
I feel like I'm about to get strapped in for the '63 Daytona 500.
buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's lube that up. I'm going to try to adjust the fuel mixture. Since I rebuilt it, it's got to be way off. difference. Huge. Beauty. Yeah. Listen to that girl purr. Okay, the old master's out. Very simple to do. Completely rusted in there. The piston is even stuck. At some point someone hit the brakes and the piston didn't retract. All kinds of rust in there. So there was no sense trying to save it. It's shot.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Alright, so we've got it out in the light, so we're finally going to show you what this thing looks like and why it's so amazing. And you start with right here, the Mercury script. First of all, as you know, Mercury's gone, but look at that script. I mean, that is just awesome. And you've got the quad headlight grille. The grille is immaculate on this car. There's no dents. The bumper has no dents. It's incredibly straight. Going down the car, got this amazing name, Marauder. What a name for a fast car. And you got the flag.
I can see just fine. I'm just trying to keep the bugs out of my eyes.
Again, look at how straight this is. Door closes like new. And I mean, you go down the side and the lines are just perfect. Perfect. These are stainless steel. I assume those were some kind of option, but they are pretty cool. You've got the fastback roof, sort of like a Galaxy. I don't think it's exactly like it, but I don't know for sure, because the trunk here is super long. This is longer than a Galaxy trunk. For whatever reason, they thought that was a good thing to do. And it's got little touches like these and this piece of trim that goes all the way down the car. It's just awesome, awesome, awesome. Runs down to the back. We've got a couple of broken taillights, but really, that's about it. Bumper's in good shape. The dual exhaust is still in decent shape. The reason it's so loud is the exhaust manifold gaskets are shot. A very common problem on these 390s. Again, mixing the two fonts, I think, is just such a bold idea. It's got some rust, but it's a Georgia car, so it's not terrible. It looks like it rusted from the inside out. The only missing piece of trim is the front fender, lower front fender, but the owner has that, so it's all good. So inside, we've got the headliner falling down a bit, but there's no mice up there. It's just the seams of the thread seams have ripped. You get this amazing dash. I mean, amazing. Imagine this cleaned up. Original radio, the Marauder emblem. I mean, look at these. These are just super styled. Some engineer took time to style these buttons. It's got the Mercury head emblem in the middle of the horn cap. This steering wheel is just so much time invested in it. This entire dash is just unreal. Fuel gauge was reading full, so something's broken somewhere. Oil gauge works, the alternator gauge works, the temp gauge works. Didn't try the lights yet. Obviously the ignition works. We've been using the ignition key the last few times we started it. Cool feature here with the door handle. They lift that up. Not sure why that's green. I guess it was replaced over time. But overall, just an amazing car. The floors appear to be solid. Near as I can tell, I didn't see any rust when I looked underneath, but I haven't been under it all that much. Just hasn't needed it. But just an incredible car through and through.
Hello, girl. Come here. Do you want to sniff my phone? You gotta stop barking. You gotta stop barking.
The car is out. Starts first try. Carburetor's working great. Got the fuel pump working. It's running off a gas can, but the tank has got a hole in it, so there's nothing we can do about that. The master cylinder is in. We don't have much for brakes because the hoses are clearly plugged. You get a super hard pedal with no real braking action. That's a good indication that the hoses are shot. But we've taken it where we wanted to go with it. I'm going to move it around a bit and then clean it up. Remember to subscribe. We have more of these coming. We do them all the time, and we really appreciate the support. So we're halfway through just the power washing. This is before power wash. I'll look at the other side. You can see the black. And this is after. It's an amazing difference. Amazing. so we're wrapping up, getting ready to leave. Got my friend here, Ronnie, the owner of the car. What do you think, Ronnie?
Oh man, it's amazing. I'm so glad you guys came. And, I've been wanting to get this car going for such a long time, and it's just one of those things, you know, I told you earlier how the years get away from you, and you think maybe it's been 2 years, but in reality it's been 10 years, and then you think it's 10 years, really it's been 20 years. So,
Yep.
you know, it's just one of those things you put off till to the next day. But so happy you guys, you and Christina both came down and worked hard on this thing, and so awesome to hear it run again. It did.
Yeah. I'm happy. I think everything that we wanted to happen did. We got it running right. We've got the master cylinder in. It's moving around. It's all good.
I hope now that at this stage now, I know the gas tank's bad. I want to get a new tank for it and get some tires and hopefully put this car back on the road and use it.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
the best reward ever. Thank you.
Thank you.